There is something beyond that. Yeah. So something else that you are kind of defending about your self-worth, self-esteem, confidence. What would be your question for today, if you don't mind sharing? Letting go of anger, minor comments or mistakes I have made. You tend to hold on to these feelings that causes you to feel defensive and angry, that your pride is hurt. It causes conflicts in my committed relationship to escalate sometimes. How can I begin to start letting go of pride and anger, especially in moments of conflicts where sometimes I can lash out? So how to let go of anger? First, how do you get angry?
So I think, and this has been pointed out to me, especially in my relationship, is I tend to get defensive quite easily. So an example was the other day, me and my girlfriend was just leaving the grocery store. Like I said a comment, and she said that she didn't appreciate kind of like my tone of voice and how I said it. And in my mind, I didn't think I was talking back with a tone. And so I think I kind of get overly defensive and saying that, like, no, I didn't say it that way. And it seems like I can't let it go right away. And it kind of makes me kind of angry.
And tell me, if you were not right, what would happen then?
If I wasn't right, then I feel like I can let it go a lot easier. But I think it's times when I do think that I am right, whether that's actually true or not, then I think it's harder for me to let it go when I perceive that I'm right.
Another thing that you can do in this situation, you have your perspective, that's there. Yeah. You have your experience. Like, in my opinion, my voice was quite okay and so on. The next step, kind of piece that you are missing, is understanding her world. For what reason did she thought this? So explain to me. You can ask her, like, oh, how did my voice sound to you? Like, what made you think like that? And so on. The more you start shifting that attention that you are aiming toward inside, toward your girlfriend, you will be outside of your mind. You will not be thinking about all these kind of thoughts that will lead you to feeling kind of defensive, anger, and so on. You will not create that feeling. But if you stay outside and develop that kind of curiosity that she can explain to you how she sees things, how she hears things, and so on, you will be able to do a lot more with that information. And that will give you actually a feedback that you are not able to notice only by yourself. And it can reveal other things as well. There might be something going on in the mind of your partner that makes her have this kind of perception of you. Also, opportunity to connect more, to bond more by having this kind of curiosity. Try to attach this as a habit, just like knowing that what you are experiencing, and like, okay, but let me find out what's on the other side. Just add that to your thinking. Okay, this is how I feel, but let me check why do they feel like this, but with curiosity, not kind of confronting.
Yeah, I think kind of in those moments of conflict, I want to express how I'm feeling first, instead of kind of breaking out of that shell of seeing what her perspective is first. Like you said, like, okay, how are you feeling? Like, how did you perceive it this way? Because when you're answering kind of that question before about not being so much inside of your mind,
yes,
and learning to be more outside, I think for me that would be able to kind of pull me out of my mind, because if I'm in my mind, I start internalizing a lot of things, and it's also probably a pride issue as well too. Like, oh, I don't want to be wrong, in this situation, or like I don't want to come across as like, oh, like I'm an asshole for always talking like this type thing. I think that's kind of where some of that stems.
And another thing, what you just mentioned right now, I don't want to be wrong. There is something beyond that. Yeah. So something else that you are kind of defending, because something is happening when you are wrong and when you are admitting this. It could be something that you don't want to be dealing with. Yeah. Most probably causing you a negative emotion. Could be about your self-worth, self-esteem, confidence, and so on, challenging your intelligence, and so on. Lots of different things. So this is something most probably that you are kind of defending with this. My advice would be for you, next time when you enter these kind of conversations and you feel this kind of internal alarm going, like it's time to defend, you recognize this feeling, because most probably it's always the same way you are kind of feeling this when you want to be defensive, right? You should think like, next time I feel this feeling, I'm gonna add more curiosity to it. I'm gonna remind myself to do this. So this is how you're gonna practice in advance. Each time I feel like this, I'm gonna be trying to be more curious, to hear, to give anybody across me to have chance, explain why their opinion is such and such way and so on. So the more you prepare your mind like this, it will be easier for you to have this kind of automatic response and to remember what you want to be doing next time. At the moment, it's on autopilot. You receive a feedback, all these processes are happening inside, you feel this feeling and you focus on that feeling, and it just keeps spinning the feels, like how you're saying, what you're feeling, saying, and so on. But instead of that, okay, this alarm, this feeling makes me want to be curious, and that should be much, much better. Sounds good?
Thank you. I appreciate it very much.
Whenever you're ready, here are 4 ways that Porn Reboot can help you out for free. The first way is to subscribe to our channel and make sure that you click on the notification bell to get a new video every other day. The second way is to actually get a free copy of my book, Confessions of a Porn Addict, 7 Secrets of Porn-Free Men, where you'll learn about my personal struggle and the lessons I learned over the past 14 years, as well as get strategies for putting together your own personalized reboot plan and ending your compulsive behavior with pornography or masturbation. So click on the link in the description below this video to get the free ebook. And thirdly, if you're not sure where you'd like to start, but you'd like to learn more about my team and I, or you'd like to spend time with more like-minded professionals like entrepreneurs, business owners, men who work in sales or consulting or high-level jobs, men who are controlling their behavior, then join our free and confidential group, the Porn Reboot group on Facebook. There's also a link to join the group in the description below this video. And finally, if you need our help right now because you have a burning issue, it's an emergency, your behavior with pornography is hurting you mentally, you're about to lose your relationship and you want to live up to your potential or be an authentic man and free yourself from shame, guilt, and underachieving, then click on the link in the description below this video that actually says free coaching call, or visit elevatedrecovery.org and click on the link which says book a call.